Yo, what's up? Welcome to another episode of Mostly Sports Talk. I'm your host, Clarence. In today's episode, I want to talk about MMA transgender fighter Alanna Mclaughlin. But before I start, make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Make sure you hit the notification bell so that you are aware of my latest content. Now, on to today's topic. When I came across this story, I kind of hesitated a little bit. I kind of wasn't sure if I wanted to do it or not because, spoiler here, if you listen to my mostly low-budget movie reviews. Anyway, check that out if you haven't. But because I know I'm going to end up on the side of this that's not, the popular side, maybe not the politically correct side to be on. I'm just getting started here with this whole channel, and I'm already going to piss some people off, I'm sure. But then I said, you know what? I have a point of view, and I'm allowed to express it. No fear here. Agree or disagree, either way, I'm going to keep it real always, 100%, and tell you exactly how I feel. But before I get started, let me make a few things 100% crystal clear, even though I know some people may pick and choose what they want to hear from this. Now, I'm not here to make a political statement or speak about politics in any way. This is a sports channel, sports debate, sports discussions, and this is a sports topic. The next thing I want to dispel is the term that's commonly used when people disagree on this topic, and that's transphobic. Last time I checked, phobia was an extreme or irrational fear of something, and I'm not afraid of anything. What am I supposed to be afraid of? I have an opinion. It's nothing personal. I mean, trans people, should have the basic rights that everyone else has. They should be able to enjoy their lives, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness and all that good stuff, free of ridicule. And that means that they should be treated like everybody else. So that means that I can get on them just like I get on anybody else, right? So my personal opinion on trans women outside of sports is irrelevant, as for this discussion anyway. With all that being said, if you get offended by what I have to say, you are looking to be offended. And that's fine. If that's the case, instead of getting mad, let's have a dialogue. But now, enough of that. Let's just go ahead and get to Alanna Mclaughlin, former U.S. Army Special Forces, Alanna Mclaughlin. I have no idea what her name used to be when, she was a man. But she had her first MMA fight against Celine Provost, which she won by a rear naked choke. I have some highlights here. I should be playing them in the background. The likes of Joe Rogan, Jake Shields, Sean O'Malley, to name a few, Michael Bisping was another one. They're all completely against this. To sum up their thoughts, they said it was unfair. Things, Joe Rogan got into things like bone density and natural man strength and, this kind of science behind that stuff. And I'm not really going to even get into any of that. Because I really don't know enough about the whole transition and what drugs they take and all that kind of stuff. I really don't know enough to really even speak on it. But yeah, at this point, you're probably wondering where I'm going to end up on this one. If it sounds like I'm on the fence, well, here it is. Let's throw out all the science, let's throw out all the fairness stuff, and let's just make this nice and simple. They divide, most sports by gender, and specifically combat sports. Males compete against males, and females compete against females. And that's the way it should stay. So, trans women are not women. No, I get it. That's not the politically correct thing to say, but, that's just how I feel about it. In your everyday life, you can identify however you want, and I will respect that. You want me to call you Alanna and address you as a female? Cool, I'll do that. And, she is free to, do whatever she wants. Freedom of choice does not mean freedom of consequences, though. Your personal choice on how you identify yourself shouldn't impose your beliefs on the rest of us. Regardless of, whatever procedure you have, you'll always be male. And that's not an opinion. That's just a fact. That just is what it is. At Alanna's core, she is just like me, a man, except he is not identifying as a he anymore and identifying as a she, and went through whatever transition they go through, but you're still a man. And as a man, you can't compete against women in combat sports. And that's not discrimination. And let me go a step further. Even if it is discrimination, so what? There are plenty of legal discrimination things that we just go with every day. For example, if I want to smoke, I have the right to smoke. I can smoke and do whatever I want, right? I can smoke. But then society says, yeah, go ahead and smoke. But you're not going to smoke in here. You can't smoke over there. You're herded into these designated smoking areas if you want to smoke. If you want to do drugs, that's your right and that's your opinion. An employer doesn't have to hire you if you're on drugs. They drug test you. They can say, hey, you want this job? You want to work here? We're going to drug test you. And if you fail, they will discriminate against you because you took some drugs. It is what it is. Now, those are lighthearted examples, but that's an example of your choices, of your freedoms, you choosing to do what you want, and then having to deal with these consequences. In this case, Alanna chose to be a woman now, and if you want to compete, y'all need to go and make some kind of transgender MMA league and fight other transgender people so y'all can, be together. Otherwise, you just can't compete. You made the choice. Your choices shouldn't be forced on the rest of us, and there are consequences to your actions. And in this case, trans women have no rights competing against real women. And with that being said, I'm going to close it out right here. If this is your first time, don't make it your last. Do you agree with me? Do you guys believe trans women should be competing against real women? And if so, do you think there should be some kind of rules or some kind of measurements or things? I think right now they just have to make weight and make sure that their testosterone's within a certain range or whatever. I think that's all they do right now. Or am I just wrong? If you guys think I'm wrong, cool. Tell me I'm wrong. Am I just being a jerk here? Am I just way off base? Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.